could something so dangerous look so hot? This is not fair! Prologue. The Lost Sanctuary. Huh. Man, it's been a while since I've heard this soundtrack. What's up? Hi, God. How are you doing? Yes? Okay, you're just staring at me. Oh. You're awake. Finally. You had me worried for a moment there. The exclamation mark! What's the matter? You look like you've seen a ghost. You're not surprised by this little trick anymore? You're boring. Well, I suppose it was bound to happen. Now, let us see. Crater. Hell, where am I? You were worried about me? Aw, I'm flattered. How funny. Oh, don't get conceited now. You're still just a guest here, remember? We've still got some unfinished business. Anyway, now that you're awake, let me just scoot away. Oh. I suppose a welcome is in order. Welcome back, little traitor. Did you miss me? Or did you simply find yourself lost, wandering back here? You remember the Egos box, don't you? The thing you were so eager to open, but you didn't. Because you couldn't. Because you don't even know where it is. And now, here we are. In the in-between. What happened to Alien and the others? You've held me captive. Where's the Egos box? What happened to Alien? Alien. You're worried about them? Why would you be? Why do you care? You are so selfless. Are you just pretending? You are, right? I'm really not pretending. I am worried. Sure. Those toys. Fortunately for you, they're fine. I've just temporarily knocked them out. Knocked them out? You've incapacitated even Nollis? Now, why would you bring him up? Because he's my favorite out of everything I've created? You should know that not even he gets special treatment in this. It's not like this the first time I've decided to take a break, anyway. If my memory serves me right, from the very beginning of all this, I only ever gave you permission to spectate, to only touch the waters, to only see how things work here. And yet, you chose to be a curious cat, bringing your tiny paws to places that clearly don't belong. You should be thankful I didn't banish you instantly. Maybe I should have. I've always wondered about this. Tell me something. What exactly do you hope to accomplish? What do you want to change? You've clawed your way back up here. You are desperate for answers, aren't you? You're desperate to change something. Anything. In this world. But what right do you have to do that, exactly? You are merely an observer. An external guest. You have the right to see how the story will end because I may not be a being from your world, but I'm gonna go with the first one. Because you have subjected me to witness everything in the first place. So, that is how you view it. So it's my fault now. But the thing is, this so-called reality has already ceased to exist. There is no present or future in this world anymore. Let me see the past then. Oh? Now you're ordering me around. Really? I can't tell if you have a brave soul or a reckless one. Could be a bit of both. The past is but a corpse, my child. Dig it up and all you'll find is its rotting concept. Memories do not change. They do not heal. They do not forgive. And more importantly, they don't change anything. So tell me, what do you truly seek? Justice? Closure? Or are you just curious? Perhaps it doesn't matter. Fine. If you're so eager to uncover what was meant to be buried, then I'll be generous. Just this once. I advise you to be careful, however, or you'll simply fall deeper into the trap you've set for yourself. Yes? What exactly are you doing? I'm focusing. Give me a second. Now, which of these toys past would you like to explore? Well, so far we've only got two options. Nothing wrong with visiting the sun. I believe you're the sun, Akir, right? Yeah. Proceed with Akir's fragment. You can now roll back after making this choice. Additionally, once you've completed a character's story, you won't be able to visit it again through this menu. Let's do it. Yeah. The little wanderer. So desperate to escape, yet so foolishly tethered to the past. I must say, his journey took him far. But was it worth it? Let's find out, shall we? Okay. Whoa. Where? Oh! And there. All done on this side. Another day, another round of house duties. Honestly, this is really starting to get old. Sure, my power is perfect for this, but that doesn't mean I should be doing everything around the house, right? It's like, he's not entirely wrong. Hey, rude! Rude! It's like I was made solely to keep this place clean. Son? I flinched at the son voice. Turned around as I spotted a familiar figure approaching me. Huh? Oh! Moon. Hello there. Did she hear what I was mumbling about? What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be in the dining room with the others? I already cooked breakfast. Even packed a special one for you, since you rarely eat with the gang. Should be in the fridge. There's a sticky note with your name on it, so you won't miss it. Just reheat it a bit before eating, okay? That's not what I meant. Seeing you here, I bet you didn't even eat yet. Huh? I tilted my head, confused. You always do that, you know? Do what? Putting others before yourself. Don't you ever get tired? I blinked at her words. For a moment there, I didn't know how to respond. No, I'm fine. Really, don't worry about it. Son, I can feel it, you know. This feeling you carry with you all the time. If you need someone to talk to, then... I'm fine, Moon. Why are you suddenly saying all this stuff? So you're going to be stubborn. Then, at the very least, let me help you water these flowers. Ah! I barely had the time to react before she stepped closer and reached for the hose in my hand. I could see her expression clearly beneath the mask, but... were her cheeks turning red? You will eat breakfast after this, okay? Okay. Fragment 4. The Lost Traveler? What? Did I make it? After running for several minutes, I finally came to a stop. I stood there, catching my breath as I looked back at where I'd come from. The house. I'm sorry. Prince. Jester. I left them behind. I tricked them. I'll come back to save you. I promise. Are you sure? You know you can't make empty promises like that. Who's there? A rustling sound came from the bushes ahead. A shadow emerged, eventually revealing a figure. Did I scare you? What do you want? The person in front of me was radiating a very peculiar aura. I hastily changed my stance. A defensive one. In return, he merely shook his head, dismissing my reaction. You're from the house, aren't you? How do you know about that? Wrong answer. Oh, shit! That was the wrong reply! You were supposed to deny it, sweetheart. You really are as dense as you look. Well... no. Before anything else, how about we introduce ourselves? Call me... Ego. I'm... a vagrant, I guess. What do you want from me? My. You have no sense of respect, do you? What did he expect? We just met in the middle of the forest. Besides, those eyes. He looked dangerous. I had to get away. If you plan on running away... What was he, a psychic or something? Well, I guess it can't stop you. But what will you do after that? You'll be all alone. Where will you go? You know the outside world is dangerous, right? Where will you find food when you're starving? Where will you sleep when the nights get cold? He was right. I knew no one outside of the house. Was my escape all for nothing after all? Should I go back and pretend none of this happened? No. An escapee of the house. Why don't you come with me? You were sick of the creator's ways, right? You wish to beat him, correct? How did you know about that? Don't sweat the details. What matters is the fact that I can help you. Will you really? You know, I don't doubt he will. A few weeks had passed since my encounter with the ego. Surprisingly, I had grown familiar with him. despite his suspicious behavior and tendency to suddenly disappear and reappear whenever he wished. He had taught me various techniques to harness my power. He even introduced me to new magic. Magic I could use against him. He even said I was a fast learner. As for the house, nobody seemed to have noticed my absence. My plan, leaving a clone behind in my place, was working perfectly. Finally. What took you so long? Did you miss me that much? In your dreams? Anyway, did you... Here you go. The ego flicked his fingers. What the hell? A woman magically appeared before me. Her mouth was covered by a white cloth. Was damp, likely caused by her own muffled cries. Thick rope restrained her, keeping her utterly helpless. Her face was stained with tears. Wait. Why does she look like... No. I nervously bit my lip. Should we really go through with this? Look here. Are you really hesitating now? This is the perfect opportunity to test the magic I taught you. Yeah, I know that. But if this works, her power will become mine, right? Exactly. But... He suddenly stepped closer. He rested a hand on my shoulder, his face leaning closer to mine. Listen. You have to think this through. Why are you here? Why did we go through all this trouble? It's for your friends. In the house. Isn't it? If you don't do this, you're leaving them at the mercy of the grumpy old man. You wouldn't want that, would you? He was right. I had to do this. This was for my friends. If I don't do this, then who will? Okay. No, this isn't it. Did you find it yet? I'm trying. It's hard enough trying to control someone else's body. My clone, to be exact. If you want to spy on the house, then you should get used to it. Consider this training, sweetheart. This is one of the things I taught you, after all. We were back at the house. I was scouring through the books in the library, hoping to find that one specific title the ego insisted on retrieving. If you're so desperate to see that book, why don't you help me? I turned, glaring at him as he lounged across the desk like he owned the damn place. No, that won't do. Consider this a challenge that you must complete if you truly want the truth. The so-called truth he spoke of. The truth of the house. The truth of the creator. It was definitely something worth working for. Whatever. Hey, son! My heart nearly jumped out of my chest. When I turned, I saw a familiar woman skipping towards me with a bright smile. Maiden! What are you doing here? I thought you hated books. Just looking for something. Seeing you here is a rare occurrence too, for your information. You're not planning to blow up the library again, are you? Wait, what? That was one time! And yet somehow it took 3 weeks to fix. I let out an awkward chuckle as I scratched the back of my head. So, what are you really doing here, Is she catching on? The maiden may have portrayed herself as an innocent, light-minded woman, but she was actually pretty sharp. She hid it well, but as someone similar to her in that regard, I could see right through it. She might be able to fool everyone else in the house, but not me. Honestly, I puffed my chest. Helping someone else look for a book. Kind of a pain, honestly. I glanced briefly at where Ego stood. He caught my eye and gave me a cheeky wink. I shook my head and returned my attention to her. She doesn't seem to notice Ego. Well, if you find anything interesting, let me know. I'll be in the East Wing if you get bored. Noted. With a playful twirl, she turned and walked away. So, is that also another superpower of yours? Oh, you bet it is. I'm only visible to those I want to be with. I scoffed. Also, I gotta ask something. The house has a protective barrier that keeps uninvited guests out. How are you able to walk in like it's your personal living room? Perhaps your dear God welcomes me. Almost believed him if it weren't for that fake paper-thin smile plastered on his pale face. Still keeping secrets, I see. I let my head trail along the spines of the books on the shelf until my fingers abruptly stopped. Wait. I pulled a worn book free from the row. The Dark-Eyed Vagrant. A new topic has been unlocked. This is the one, right? Yes. That's the one. His voice, for the first time, lacked its usual smugness. He stood up and walked towards me. You've been obsessing over this. What's in it? He took the book from my hands and examined it carefully. It's the story. A rather unflattering one, written by your beloved creator. When I gave him a confused look, he continued. It's about me. Really now? A distorted reflection, buried under poetic flair and pity. He called me a vagrant, a drifter with no place in his grand narrative. So, that's why you wanted it. I remember the creator reading it to me in the past, but that was so long ago. I ended up falling asleep and didn't hear the rest of it. Yeah. I intended to throw it away. Burn it, maybe. Pretend it never existed. But now that you found this book, I suppose you deserve to know the truth. This book isn't just a story. It's a message. A warning. And perhaps a confession. Then tell me everything. In time. But first, let's make sure no one else reads it. Are you burning the library? Oh, thank God. Soon after, the ego told me everything I wanted to know. And after hearing it, my goal changed. It wasn't just to save the jester and the prince, but to save everyone from that wretched prison of a place. I kept collecting more, and more, and more of other people's powers, leaving them completely worthless forever. It didn't feel right, really, but telling myself it was all for my friends dulled the guilt. And the ego. He was always there for me. Things were going well, until... After encountering several people to steal powers from, we were heading back to his cabin. This was becoming a routine. finding vulnerable people with useful abilities, and taking them for ourselves. The walk back was usually drowned in an eerie silence, but this time, it was different. Hey! What is it? The ego stopped in its tracks and turned to face me. I raised my right hand. It was even paler than usual. What concerned me most was the black smoke seeping from it. What's happening? My hand. Ah. Oh my. It seems you already started suffering the effects of... What do people call it again? Corruption? Well, it was bound to happen sooner or later. Corruption? I hadn't even considered that. I'd heard about it before, but I'd never actually seen what it looked like. The mere fact that he was acting so casual about all this made me even more nervous. What the fuck? This was never part of the plan! You never told me about this! Well, you never asked. He let out a dry chuckle. It's my first time seeing it up close. A pity. It seems your days are already numbered. Am I really going to die? Several days had passed. My appearance had completely changed. I had to wear something more restrictive and less conspicuous. My limbs were growing numb. Breathing was becoming difficult. I didn't have much time left. The painful symptoms of corruption were already manifesting in my body. A clear warning. A reminder that I needed to act. Now. I had to set my plan in motion. The plan to save everyone in the house. I guess this is where we part ways. It seems that way. He raised a hand, gave me a smile I always found to be a little too condescending, and waved slowly. There wasn't much to say. If I thanked him, he'd only gloat about it. I gotta say, it won't be the same without you in my cabin. It was only a one-time thing. Sure. Goodbye. What's he laughing about? 'Cause we know that mystery dies at the end of all this. I stayed in an inconspicuous corner of the tavern, avoiding eye contact and idle conversation with strangers. I sat alone in silence. I focused on my power, peering through the eyes of my clone in the house. Mystery? Who the heck is that? I've heard about him. Mystery. He's that thief guy who's been causing chaos in the city. He's very skilled and powerful. With his magic, he manages to steal anything he wishes to. Like jewelries and stuff. But the worst part is that he also has the ability to steal the powers of other people. Countless people have already tried apprehending him, but none succeeded. He's a very dangerous guy. Is that so? My clone nodded to his question. But why would the creator suddenly have an interest in him? His activeness has already declined in recent days. Why now? So, the creator has already found out the truth about me. He wanted me back in the house. But seemed that he kept it a secret from the others. Why is that? That's not important right now. I need to come up with a plan. The Phantom, the Truth Seeker, even my clone. They're going to slow me down. They'll interrupt my plan. Should I ambush them beforehand? Just to weaken them, or... I took out the item I had found during my travels. This black key. I found it on the ground by a tree. Why do I feel like there's something important about it? So, will he really take the bait? That is what the princess told me. The mission should be successful. A pair of familiar voices reaches my ears. I instinctively slumped back, not wanting them to notice my presence. I couldn't help but eavesdrop on their conversation. Mr. Mortis. I think... Mortis? Oh. It was the Reaper. Miss Alora. What? Alora? I thought she was dead. She must have been resurrected by the moon's power when I was away. Drink this. Following the princess's plan, this will temporarily alter your appearance. Okay, I got it. I watched in secret as Alora took the potion from the Reaper's hand and drank it in one long sip. Shortly after, her appearance changed. Not bad. Not bad. This is kinda cool. Even my voice seems to have changed. Yes. You have the other potion with you, right? Huh? The one that's supposed to amplify the drinker's worst memories or something? Yes. I do. I just have to give it to Ellie, right? The Reaper quietly nodded. Additionally, that wasn't part of your plan, okay? You have to remember to stay in character while in that form. Oh, that's easy enough for me. So, Mr. Reaper, what kind of name do you think would suit me? I'm honestly terrible at naming things. How about Nyx? Just like a pet crow. That's, okay, I guess. Then, let's go with that. I learned about their plan. It seemed that the moon was trying to bring me back as well. Moon. I didn't deserve that. I didn't deserve that kindness. I just didn't. I had to ruin their plan. Using the moon's power of prediction, the moon spirits anticipated that I would appear and ambush the trio during their investigation. Once I fled, they planned to corner me on a specific path. I would simply take a different path instead. That was supposed to be my plan. But I can't move my hand. Tried with all my might, but my raised hand wouldn't budge. This... an effect of corruption? Fuck. Shit! Elian, get down! Clouds of purplish smoke suddenly appeared out of nowhere. This is... The Phantom's coming. I can't face him like this. I have to get out of here. My plan ended in failure. It was all thanks to this incurable disease I carried. Naturally. I I had to think of another way. Elion. He is the key here. If I'm right about this, he's already starting to doubt the Phantom. I can use that against him. I looked down at my wrist, where Elion had cut me. If I can just make the Phantom have a similar cut. A small cut is all I need. It'll stir up conflict within their own group, inevitably causing them to lose trust in each other. Right? This should be easy. I hear rustling. The Phantom was coming. Where is he? Reaper. I swear to Father. You better hold on to your promise. Luring the Phantom into the garden was a simple task. Using the power of the first person I ever stole from, I was able to temporarily mimic the appearance of someone the victim held dear. From the Phantom's perspective, he must have thought the Reaper wanted to meet him here. Little did he know. Someone else was coming instead. It's time. I wasted no time and pounced him. He stumbled back, barely blocking my second strike. I darted forward again, our weapons and fists clashing with sharp echoes. He was able to recover immediately, as expected of him. His swift movements were precise and controlled. But I was faster and better. If I could just make a small cut. He caught my wrist and shoved me back, but my blade grazed across his skin. A thin line of red bloomed on his wrist. Perfect. If you don't want to see Mortis dying for a second time, keep our encounter a secret. You. Before he could recover, I retreated into the shadows. That's enough for now. I thought I had everything under control. I infiltrated the house, fought the creator, but you really thought you were clever with all this, didn't you? How? Everything. Was it all in vain? Collapsed to my knees, breathless. Every ounce of strength had left my body. When I looked up at my opponent, the truth hit me harder than any blow could have. I hadn't even managed to leave a single scratch on him. Was this not the ending you expected? All of that is for nothing. Is it really impossible to beat you? Would you like an honest answer? You've committed... Damn, Oi! Could you calm the hell down, creator? You committed a very grave sin, Akir. He walked away, turning his back to me. I hope you realize that. How many people did you render powerless? How many did you lead to suffer? It was all to stop you. I know the truth. He quickly turned to face me again. I know everything. If you weren't already at death's door, you would have already be smothered into smithereens right now. But I just have to ask, He leaned closer. Stop? Me? Who? Who exactly are you? To even have the audacity to think that. You have no right to do any of that. You are my creation. You are a toy. You are nothing without me. You have to remember that. You have to know your place, you fucking idiot. A soft sound reached my ears. He let out a dry chuckle in response. My. Looks like someone finally came to rescue you. The search of power. Is it the moon? Looks like our conversation is going to be cut short. These pathetic little toys of mine. They always put a smile on my face. As for you, he turned to face me with a look of disgust. I'll let you escape. I'll let you have a little chat with them before your, he trailed off, demise. I'll see you soon, mystery. Whenever that is. I collapsed to the floor. I can finally rest. My sins can now be forgiven. Please, take care of him. Mystery. Was it really all for nothing? I stood there, frozen, as their presence faded into the distance. The weight of my own actions crashed down on me. It was suffocating. It was unbearable. How many did I take from? How many dreams? How many hopes? How many lives? It was never supposed to be like this. I convinced myself it was necessary. That was the only way. But in the end, what did it amount to? The powers I stole, the sacrifices I forced onto others. None of it mattered. I was never meant to win. And now, there was nothing left of me. My body trembled as the corruption spread, darkening my skin, crawling up my arms like creeping shadows. I had no right to be saved, no right to even exist. This is what I deserve. The blackened veins pulsed, consuming me, inch by inch. Soon, there would be nothing left. Just ashes, scattered and forgotten. Whoa! Tragic. I know. But honestly, what did he expect? He gambled with stolen power and played a role that was never meant for him. In the end, all he has proven is that he's still just a child throwing stones at a god. What do you think of him now? He seriously thought he could rewrite the story, didn't he? But I am the story. The house will go on, with or without him. I do not even have a sliver of pity left for a dead man. But, what about you? What? What do you think of him now? Man, I feel like he deserves better. I don't exactly know how to respond to that. Whoa, hey! Deserves better, you say. He deceived, manipulated, and turned others against each other. Pot calling kettle black here? And for what? A chance to play God in the house he never understood? Perhaps you're still too soft-hearted. You pity him, even now. After all he's done. Do you think he suffered? Good. That's what happens when you challenge something beyond your reach. Well then, I presume you don't have any more questions, little traitor. Shall we proceed? Hold on. What is it? Who was that guy the mystery was with? Guy? What are you talking about? The one with horns and tail. If this is your way of getting back at me for teasing you, then I'm not taking the bait. Well. I've had enough of that. I believe we've talked plenty about his story. How about we check the others now, Let's see. Well, we've only got Nahlis now. Let's check him out. Proceed with Nahlis' fragment? Yes, I will. I know, I will be able to visit it again. Got it, yes. Let's go! So, you wish to see his past. The one who walks in the shadows of regret? The one who asked for salvation through the hands of someone else. He could not accept his own mistake. He honestly believed that he had chosen the wrong person to trust. He has a fragile soul. Yet, he led down a path only a few would dare follow. Do you truly wish to witness it? Yes. Very well. Do not pass out now. The fun is just getting started. Let us step into his memories. Yep, here we go. Is that true? You do not believe me. Obviously. In that moment, he and I locked eyes. What's wrong? Oh, Phantom. Upon the truth seeker's recognition, I cleared my throat and entered their conversation. Greetings? Morning, Phantom. His voice was warm, but the smile did not reach his eyes. Well then, Alien. Let me know if you change your mind. Okay. He walked off. What was that about? I stepped closer to the Truth Seeker. Truth Seeker? What did you two talk about, exactly? Why do you care? Really? Still stubborn as ever, I see. The Truth Seeker had always been guarded. It was apparent that he did not trust anyone in the house. Ever since his sister's death, he had only become more secretive and dismissive. It was just a potion. A potion, you say? He said he could give me a potion to improve my memory. And maybe strengthen my power or something? You ought to know better by now. The Reaper, he does not give gifts without a price. I turned watching the spot where the reprint stood. What are you scheming now, Mortis? Fragment 1. Bound together by decay. Oh, wow, that's different. Where are you heading now? I called out, causing him to stop in his tracks. He turned to me with a casual smile plastered on his pale skin. Nallis, you did not answer my question. You were sneaking out again. Why are you going outside the house, Mortis? I crossed my arms as he let out a nervous chuckle. Oh, come now. What did I tell you? I am older than you. I keep telling you to call me Kuya. If you call me that, then maybe I'll quench your thirst for answers. Fine. Kuya Mort. Where are you going? Oh, I'm just heading out to obtain some goods. You know, the usual stuff. I rolled my eyes. That again? I have mentioned it numerous times already. Collecting... Oh, new topic has been... okay. Collecting other people's orbs? Or whatever you call those. It's not normal, Kuya Mortis. I've warned you countless times already. Why do you even collect them in the first place? This is exactly why I tried sneaking out today. I don't want to hear you nag me about this once again. What? Oh, calm down. I'll be back soon. Okay? Gesturing towards the entrance, he walked to the door. After some time, the door finally opened. Have you just been waiting here the whole time? Kuyam. My eyes widened when I realized who it actually was. Father! I immediately lowered my voice to a more serious tone. Oh, Nallis. That disappointed look on your face just now. Were you expecting somebody else? No, of course not, Father. Father stepped closer, and I felt his hands, cold yet gentle, cup my cheeks. My face flushed. It looked so adorable. Okay, calm down, Father! My face flushed beneath the weight of his familiar touch. You do not need to lie, Nallis. I do not blame you. The house is nothing but a dull playground when it's just the three of us here with Mortis. I think it is that time again, when I may need to invite a new resident. You will, Father? He gave me a soft nod. I created a new one a few years back, actually, and I think he is ready to be welcomed into the house. The house could use more people to feel livelier, no? It certainly could. Ever since the house's creation, it had only been Father and me in this place. It was not a lie to say that the house was very big, making it feel desolate at most times. Of course, I was not implying that I was unhappy being with Father. But, at times, when Father left, I was the only one left in the house. Alone. All alone. 3 months after the birth of this place, he came along. Every single day Father was absent felt more bearable with him around. But unfortunately, just like Father, he had this annoying habit of leaving the house, I nodded at father's words, though not too eagerly, lest he find it childish. May I ask the name of this new resident, father? Well, it is going to be Akier, the purifier. Pretty flashy, don't you agree? Akier, purifier. The name sounds lovely, father. Did Fence about a thing for Akier? Now let's... Huh? Hey, wake up. Nahlis! I woke up. What? Oh, good. You're awake. I blinked several times. Why were you sleeping in the hallway? Kuya Mort. You're back home. Jeez. I clutched my dizzy head. That was when I realized I'd fallen asleep while waiting for him. Were you waiting for me? Huh? I hurriedly got up from the floor, not wanting to show even a hint of vulnerability. As if. He snickered in response. I apologize if I took too long. He pressed on, clearly not believing my lie. It's fine. You got what you wanted, right? What is that, an eyeball? He held up a vial. I see. Well, is that all you have to say? What exactly do you expect me to say when you present me with a person's eyeball? True. But you know what? Your mannerisms. Sometimes. You act like you're not a child. I could not help but scoff at his statement. Rude. I could say the same about you, idiot. Going out this late at night alone and unsupervised. You were even performing some peculiar operations in your own room. Also, yeah, despite the fact that this is probably way back in the past and they are likely children at this point, I think I'm still gonna stick to the deeper tones for both Nahlis and Mortis. So yeah. Well, father has raised some unique kids, wouldn't you agree? Silence. Do not bring father into this. He simply chuckled at my response. I turned to look at the small vial once again. Wait, what is that black spot at the bottom? I was about to peer closer when he snatched it away from view. It's beautiful, right? I would go as far as saying that this is the most beautiful orb I've ever laid my orbs upon. Most beautiful, you say? Such a shame that vagrant guy only gave me what... Wait, why is ego involved in this story too? I would kill to get the other pair. So, do you have a second to finally explain why you were collecting these eyeballs? You trust me, right, Nahlis? Why? Just answer the question. Of course I do. But, good. That's all that matters right now. When the time is right, I'll reveal my research to you. How about that? Why can you not just tell me everything now? Well, he caught the hint of impatience and annoyance in my tone. I do not think you can understand it yet. You can wait until then, right? I let out an exasperated sigh as I finally resigned myself. I guess I can, but whatever you are doing right now, I do not think it outweighs the consequences. Also, you do know that what you are doing is inherently not law-abiding, right? I sure hope he does, because I don't think it's natural to be collecting eyeballs. collecting human body parts, especially the eyes. You're still on about that. You just said you trust me. I'm just worried about you. I'm going to be fine. I am healthy, am I not? Can you not see that? The next morning. I just finished eating breakfast with Father and Kuya Mortis. This time, Father had brought us something particularly delicious. Needless to say, Kuya Mortis and I ended up eating quite a lot of it. Father's tastes were always so exquisite. He always knew exactly what to choose for us. However, if I recall correctly, I began once Father had left us two alone. I gathered the used plates, utensils, and glasses, setting them down in the sink. It is your turn to wash dishes. Nuh-uh. What? I covered for you 4 days ago, remember? Huh? What in the world was he talking about? Are you trying to make a fool out of me? What? Of course not. I was not going to fall for his petty act. Again. He always did this whenever he wanted to get out of doing work. You know we have a schedule for this. Yeah, but sometimes we cover for each other, so it gets mixed up. I mean, that is true, but I do not recall him covering for me. Since we can't decide, wanna play a game of rock, paper, scissors? What? Whoever loses has to wash the dishes. This is nonsense. You were just trying to... Tisk. He flashed me a taunting smirk. Are you afraid you're going to lose? Oh, that's alright. Gotta run to Daddy and cry about it. He clutched his chest with an exaggerated look of pain. I rolled my eyes and puffed out my chest in return. Oh, you little... Fine. He chuckled in response. Huh. Wait, what do you mean you want to make this entertaining? Father! Then, he stood up from where he sat and approached me. Ready when you are. I raised a hand, and so did he. Ooh, do I say? Maybe I'ma play paper. I decided to go for paper. This loathsome man. Despite that smirk plastered on his face, he actually looks jittery. There's a good chance he will throw rock out of nervousness. Paper's the only reasonable choice here. Here we go. Rock! Paper. Scissors! And I bit my lip as I looked down at the result. God damn! I want to beat him, though. I want to beat him. Definitely want to beat him. I'ma play rock. I'ma throw rock. This loathsome man, despite that smirk plastered on his face, he actually looks jittery. There's a good chance he will throw rock out of nervousness. Wait, I picked rock! I picked rock! Wait, he must have already figured out I would think that. This crook. He's definitely going to throw scissors to beat me. Right? So I should play rock then. But that's too risky to gamble on. What if he already figured out I would think that and went back to his original plan of playing rock? The safest choice right now is to play rock so that... You... good? Nahlis? You're spacing out. Oh. Yeah. Let's begin. Here we go. Rock! Paper. Scissors! I bit my lip as I looked down at the result. Yes! I chose rock. He chose scissors. I won. Rock? Really? As expected. You really thought I would fall for that classic move of yours. Hey! It's a staple for a reason. A losing staple, apparently. You're just lucky. That was pure luck. Mm-hmm. Sure, it's not like I used my powers of rolling back to win this. It's not like I did that, no. Keep telling yourself that while you scrub those plates. Kuya Mortis' happy disposition quickly turned into a dramatic one. Ugh! This isn't justice! The law of the house is clear. Loser does the dishes. The law is stupid. I heard him mutter under his breath. And yet you agreed to it. Ugh! I regret everything. It had been 2 days since I last saw Kuya Mortis. This was nothing out of the ordinary, however. He was always like this whenever he obtained new orbs to inspect. Is that stupid eyeball really so interesting that he will not spend time with me? I despise this. Why am I feeling this way? As much as I hated going to his laboratory, I felt a sudden, urgent need to check on him. Kuya Mort? Before I knew it, my legs carried me to his door. With hesitation, I raised my hand and knocked on the wooden surface. I cleared my throat, trying to sound authoritative. Kuya Mort! You are there, correct? You've been cooped up in there for days already. You've not even come out to eat with me and father. He bought the same food again today, adobo. The developer is Filipino, aren't they? Just like the other day. You even said it was your new favorite dish. Are you fine in there? No response. A cold sense of foreboding crept into my system. Hey! I knocked again, harder this time. Screw this. I focused my energy on my hand, conjuring a blinding light. In an instant, the lock clicked open. Oh, that's a lot of eyeballs. When I entered the laboratory, my face fell. Kuya Mort lay sprawled on the ground. Alice. Upon noticing my presence, he tried to get up. I stepped forward. What? Mort. Mortis! I've rushed to his side. Stop! Don't come any closer! Why? What is happening to your body? Kuya Mortis' color faded into a shade of pale darkness. Dark smoke poured from his body. It was as if he was evaporating. This was not normal. Shit. I stood there, paralyzed. Wait! This is... No. He was exhibiting symptoms of corruption. No. Shit! All of this is my fault. If I'd only realized it sooner. No. His hoarse voice yanked me from my thoughts of despair. He knew. He immediately knew that I had figured everything out. That eyeball. It was corrupted, wasn't it? The silence was the answer I was looking for. Alice, I'm sorry, but you'll have to do me one final favor. Final favor? What on earth is he talking about? Father! He can fix this! Shit! But if I remember correctly, He's not in the house. I swallowed hard, trying to stay composed. What is it that you want me to do? You have to kill me. Corruption was a cruel disease for us, creations of Father. There was no known cure for it. Not even Father knew why this particular phenomenon occurs. Those who succumbed to it had to endure excruciating pain until their very last breath. The worst part was that it was contagious. Kuyamoto's request for me to end his life. Is he trying to make his death less painful? But how can I do that? Kuyamoto, you. Warm tears started to pour down my face. I had never shown this side of myself to anybody, not even Father himself. It was humiliating and embarrassing. If it were in front of other people, but to him, it felt different. I was willing to show him who I really was. Dallas, you are my only friend. If you die, then it will just be me and Father. Me, all alone again. I'm sorry. I know what you're thinking. Please, don't blame yourself. I'm sorry. But he began coughing out blood. You have to do this. Alice. I see it now. I have to do this for him. I raised my trembling hands. They were shaking violently. I did not want this. Why is this happening to me? I do it, Nollis! I'm sorry, Kuyamoto. I could not disappoint him. Dark energy gathered around my palms. I stood there for what felt like forever. Turning around, I crushed the eyeball that caused my misery. My breathing was ragged. It was drenched in my friend's blood. I did not know what to do. I wanted to scream, but I could not even find the strength to do it. My eyes wandered to the center table. I picked up one of the neatly arranged papers. Corruption Treatment Experiment. Number 492. Was he trying to find a cure all this time? Oh, screw you, Father! For killing Kuyamoto. I broke the house's 5th rule. I had not thought of that before. Cuia mortis must not had either. But, given my situation, I should be excused. Right? Wrong. I was wrong. I did not fight back. After all, Father's words were absolute. I was already preparing myself to be thrown away, but to my surprise, he faltered. He had a change of heart. Soon after, I was rebranded as the Exiled One. It sounded humiliating. It reminded me of my incompetence. My incompetence in not being able to save my friend. Days became weeks. Weeks became months. Months became years. A lot had changed in the house. There were new residents. The purifier. The adjudicator. The puppeteer. The majesty. And then, the trickster. The house had become an entirely different place. Its new atmosphere brutally erased all memories within its own walls. However, I was not going to let it erase everything. No, not a chance. There is still some time before my meetup with the adjudicator in the garden. Should I walk around for a bit? What? Oh, wait, what? What? Ha? 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 What was I supposed to do? Kitchen. Hello? Seems like someone's in the kitchen. Ah! Phantom! Good morning. The purifier immediately greeted me with a smile. Purifier? What are you doing? Doing some meal experiments. Meal experiments? Do you want some? You're cooking? Yep. Found some flour, strawberries, and, wasabi. Wasabi? Yeah. Thought, why not add a little kick to the pancakes, you know? Yeah! Ew! Ew! No! No! That is not how pancakes work. That's the fun part, isn't it? You never know until you try it. This is culinary heresy. It's innovation. He says that with such confidence. Oh, come on, Phantom. Try one bite. I promise, it won't kill you. The purifier took a huge slice with a fork and walked towards me. I instinctively stepped back. Stop that. I would rather maintain my ability to taste things, thank you. Suit yourself. More spicy strawberry pancakes for me, then. You are going to regret that. Maybe. But at least it'll be an adventure. Don't you think life gets a little dull without surprises? Some of us prefer order over chaos. And some of us think you'd be a lot less grumpy if you tried a little chaos now and then. I heard him mutter under his breath. I am not grumpy. So he's the grumpiest person I know. He is impossible to reason with. And yet somehow, this moment feels oddly comforting. I shook my head. I have to go now. Oh, okay. Let me know if you want me to reserve some for... Hey! I think I should save, in case I accidentally progress the plot. I do want to, check everyone else out. Dining room. This is not the time to go there. Living room? Someone's here. The trickster came into view. He sat leisurely on the couch, legs obscenely sprawled as he twirled a silver coin between his fingers. Of course. Him. Oh! Look who wandered in. He had worn a bored expression just a moment ago. It instantly shifted into a lazy grin the moment he noticed me. Mr. Itchy Boy Phantom. I've told you several times already. Do not call me that. This is your final warning. He chuckled as I crossed my arms. Still stiff as ever. I should calm down. Come! Closer. He beckoned me with a finger. Why? The two of us being alone in a room, that's like finding a diamond in the ashes. I have something to show you. I will have to refuse that request. Oh? But you won't want to miss this. With a casual flick of the wrist, the trickster made the coin vanish from his palm and reappear, hovering just above his fingertips, spinning in mid-air. I know that one. A simple thread tied to the thumb, anchored beneath the sleeve. A basic misdirection technique. If I recall correctly, the trickster used to be a performer in a famous circus fair, a master of illusion and deceit. So, no applause? No gasp of astonishment, Mr. Gentleman? I see no need for such a childish trick. You were not even trying to hide it. You used the thread to make it, oh, boo-hoo! Oh, come on, man! He rolled his eyes and let out an unsatisfied groan. I was merely trying to explain how you did it. Of course you would. You always do. You always ruin the mystery. There was no mystery to begin with. The coin dropped into his hand with a faint clink. But you watched anyway. I managed to catch your attention there, even for just a moment. It was to ensure you were not doing anything malicious. Oh, I'm flattered! He slumped back into the couch, arms resting on the back of his head. His smile is nothing but a mask. He let out a giggle, causing me to narrow my eyes. Careful, Phantom. The kind of stare would make a man nervous. You know, back in the day, it used to make children laugh and smile. Now, I just make shadows twitch. People change. You are not an exception. You know that simple fact. Do you truly believe in that notion? I do not trust this man. I know better than to drop my guard around someone who made a career out of lying for applause. Plus, the rumor of him killing a demon to become one. His capability is limitless. Whatever. This was a waste of my time. I started heading back to the door. Oh? Leaving already? Correct. Pity. I was just about to bring out the knives. I turned to leave, feeling the weight of his stare cling to my back like a second shadow. I missed the jester. Should we go upstairs? Should we go to the entrance? We are at the entrance. That leads outside. If I go out now, I will miss my meeting with the adjudicator. Well, we're supposed to be the adjudicator in the garden, so let's go upstairs first. And, a prep room? Shower? Shower! This is not the time to go there. Other shower? If I enter the female shower room and someone happens to be inside. No. Prep room. Not the time to go out there. Library? Well, guess we're going to the library. No. That is... Phantom! Huh. Greetings, Majesty. The Majesty courteously nodded in return. He closed the book he was reading and shifted in his seat, uncrossing his legs and straightening his posture into something more formal. What's wrong? It is rare to see you here at this time. I just thought about exploring the house for a bit. To pass the time. I see. I watched as the Majesty scratched the back of his head, looking a little nervous. What are you reading? Oh? It is a storybook. A storybook? That is rather unexpected coming from you. I thought you preferred reading journals and the like. Huh. Actually, it's one of the most popular fairy tales in this area. I used to read books like these all the time, back in my place. The fallen kingdom of Drellheart. It was once one of the most successful and wealthiest forces in the country. In an act of defiance, Prince Caspian Drellheart refused Father's invitation to return to the house. He and his people believed that was the end of it. But no. Father burned and crushed everything. Simply so the Majesty would have no choice but to stay here. It must be difficult for him, considering how recent it all was. Hey, I know what you're thinking right now. Please, don't look at me with pity. It really makes me uncomfortable. I sincerely apologize. He shook his head. It's fine. It's just... Can you stop thinking about my past every time you see me? Not wanting to upset him, I nodded. I understood. He nodded in return, finally lightening the tension between us. May I see it? I motioned to the object he was holding. He handed me the book without hesitation. The Silver Knight and the Sleeping Star. A tale of loyalty and sacrifice. You always did lean towards noble and idealistic. Surprisingly enough, a soft chuckle escaped his lips. Is that your way of saying I'm too romantic? No. Just hopeful. There is a difference. That's kind of reassuring coming from you. Do not mistake it for a compliment. Oh, too late. Still, it is good to see you reading. I returned the book to him. There is strength in stories, especially ones that remind us of what we used to believe in, or what we still hope to become. He blinked, clearly surprised by my words. Are you cheering me up? No, of course not. He snickered. Oh, now that I think about it, do you have a favorite book? Storybook in particular? You're the only one I can talk to about things like this. So, I want to know your exact taste. No. Most of the storybooks in the library are far too predictable. It is difficult to remain engaged when you already know how the tale will end. I see. He's sulking again. But if I really think it through, the dark-eyed vagrant comes to mind. The ego keeps being brought up, and I'm just like I'm so curious about this now. The dark-eyed vagrant. I already like the title. It's settled then. I'll be reading that one once I finish this one. You're welcome. Well, I shall be leaving now. Good day. I'll see you soon, Phantom. I nodded, before heading towards where I came from. Right. Time to head upstairs again, I guess. Upstairs, yeet. This is upstairs, right? How many more floors are there? Wow! The clock room. This is not the time to go there. Right, Mortis lab. This place again. Even after all these years, the smell of iron and medicine still lingers. Nothing has changed, not even the coldness in the air. I found him here. His body was weak. His eyes were dull. His voice frayed with pain. Mortis. I took a deep breath. Get a hold of yourself, Nahlas. This is no time to be lamenting. When I think about it, why did you not tell me we're trying to find a cure for corruption all along? Was it because you did not want to tarnish your perfect older brother role? Was it because you did not want to give me hope in case you failed? Or was it because you had already lost your own? You left me with more questions than answers. And yet, despite everything, I still miss you. Even now, this place feels like it's still watching me. Like it remembers everything, too. I should leave. Damn. Mortis's room? That is Mortis's room. As curious as I am to explore it, I should respect his privacy. Room of mirrors. This is not the time to go there. Room of memories? Not the time to go there. Vacant room. Wait, what? Oh! Wait, I forgot what's his name. Alien's room, yeah. This room. This is where the new upcoming residents will be staying. If I remember correctly. Their names are Alien and Alora. A pair of twins. That's a first. Let's hope they bring some good to the house. And not more trouble. Look at it now. How many people will Father bring into this house? And when will he ever stop? That I do not know. But I hope Father will stop bringing in more peculiar ones. There's no significant reason to remain here any longer. I should leave. Interesting. Lots of lore, peppered around. Nothing at the arcade? Another time to go there. Right. That leads to the 4th floor. If I stray too far, I might end up being late. I'd rather avoid that. I remember, back when I was a kid, I used to get confused as to why there were 2 staircases going up, only for both to lead to the exact same spot. It was due to Father's power. Being able to easily manipulate the space within the house. Even now, I find it mystifying. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, might as well, go see... No, not Alora. I need to go see, the moon right now. I forgot what's her name. Garden time! Let's go. Should I go to the garden now? Yeah, I don't think there's anything else we gotta do. Yeah. Huh. Hello? Hey, are you certain about this, adjudicator? I am. I think I'm ready. I understand how you feel, Phantom. So, I want this to be done as soon as possible. I've only practiced on small animals before, so please, don't get mad if I fail. There's no pressure. You can take your time. We were finally going to do it. The adjudicator and I had been studying on how to use her power more efficiently. For several months, I had taught her the fundamentals. I had helped her awaken her true power. The teaching sessions I had with her were certainly arduous. But now, my hard work was finally paying off. She was going to resurrect Mortis for me. I had heard that bringing someone back to life with her power would cost her own life energy. This time, specifically, the toll on her energy would be even greater, as we were trying to restore the years Mortis had lost in death. Frankly, I did not care about the information. If it meant being able to see him again, I would do anything. I passed her his old face mask. She mentioned beforehand that she required an item belonging to the person being revived for the ritual to work. Swiftly, the adjudicator accepted it with a nod. Oh no. The area around us suddenly dimmed. It had been morning just a second ago, but now the area was shrouded in the darkness of night. I remained silent, not wanting to distract her. Whoa, boy! With eyes closed, she reached for the light above us. Moonlight of silver and white began to swirl around her. It was like a thread weaving a spell. Wind surged in from all sides, brushing against our skin. She raised her hand towards the night starry sky. As the light reached its peak, she began to chant. By the light of the moon, by the law of the stars, I call thee back. From stillness, from silence, I beseech thee. Rise once more, by my authority as the bearer of judgment. A familiar figure stood before me, and then a pulse of magic echoed outward. The clear ring of a small bell reached my ears. Look, Phantom! We did it! Where? Oh, right. I am Alika. I am the one who revived you. I feel dizzy. Oh, right. The dizziness you're feeling should only last a few days. You'll be fine. I promise. Mortis and I locked gazes. I could not believe what I was seeing. Mortis! Alice. He still recognized me. Thank goodness. What? Cut off our ties? What do you mean by that? Look, I've already troubled you enough. I don't want to drag you into despair again. That's why I think it's best if we remain just acquaintances from now on. But I'm sorry. I don't want something like that to happen again. Especially not to you, Nallis. If you stay away from me, then you'll be safer. I just know it. I'm sorry for breaking your trust. Kuya Mort. Don't call me that anymore. What? Reaper is enough. That is what the princess prefers. Princess? So, that is how it's going to be, huh? Fine. What? So? Speechless. So, you were satisfied with what you saw. Or perhaps, you're curious now. Do you want to see even more about those two? Really? Oh, no. I'm just playing with you. I simply wanted to see what you'd look like if I dangled a little hope in front of you. Oh, God! Could you stop? Did you really think I'd reveal everything so easily? But no. You've seen enough for now. Any more, and you might start thinking you're in control. I have a question. Fine. What is it? About the rock, paper, scissors game, why did you give Nahlis a second chance? Why did you give Nahlis a second chance? That's quite the question. One not easily answered with words alone. Let's just say, I saw a flicker in him. A flicker worth preserving. But whether I was right or wrong, well, that's for you to decide. Come, we mustn't linger too long. There are still other stories waiting. We have reached the end of the version. Thank you for playing. Anyway, that was the end of part 1 of The Creator. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys do want to play this for yourselves, link to the game will be in the description below. We will be back once the rest of the game has been released. As for now, the rest of the routes are not complete yet, and we have no means of ending the game. However, I am enjoying what we have so far. It seems that this game in particular is supposed to wrap up any loose ends we have from the previous games, and I'm excited to see how exactly we are going to be concluding the story. But in the meantime, hey, thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all have a lovely rest of the day, and as always, I'll be seeing you in the next video. This is Lion, signing off. Ciao.